So what is a stressor? A stressor is anything that causes the release of stress hormones. There are two broad categories of stressors. Number one is physiological or physical stressors, and number two is psychological stressors. Now let's talk about physiological or physical stressors. These are stressors that put strain on our body. For example, very cold or hot temperatures, injury, chronic illness, or pain. Now, the second one, psychological stressors. These are events, situations, individuals, comments, or anything we interpret as negative or threatening. For example, not being able to find a babysitter for your sick child when you cannot take time off work. So, what are the different stressors in teenagers? These are the following: family problems, living away from the family, high expectations in the family elders, peer pressure, new environment, commuting, time and traffic, romantic relationships, school workloads or major requirements, norms and standards of the society, financial needs, adjustment to new level of independence, academic competitions for performance and recognitions, and last is extracurricular. So, as you can see on the monitor, um, these are the different symptoms of stress divided into three, which are physical, emotional, and behavioral. So, these are the different symptoms of stress. Stress is inevitable and eliminating it entirely from one's life is impossible. Changes in daily events are beyond any person's capacity. However, one's reaction to stressful changes can be managed. Regular exercise is sometimes done to cope with stress. Spending time with friends or family, sleeping, watching movies, as well as listening to music also work. These coping techniques are said to be of help, but most health professionals recommend participation and engagement in physical activity and exercise as preferred strategy. Many of the physical symptoms of stress can be managed through physical activity. Physical activity is defined as any bodily movement that works your skeletal muscles and physical skills that require strength and energy expenditure. This includes any motion performed throughout the day. Examples are walking, running, dancing, swimming, yoga, and gardening. Stress and anxiety are everywhere. If they are getting the best of you, you might want to hit the mat, give yoga a try. Yoga is a mind-body practice that combines physical poses, controlled breathing, and meditation or relaxation. Yoga may help reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and lower your heart rate. So these are the different types of physical activity. Number one is aerobic. These are light to moderate intensity physical activity that requires more oxygen than sedentary behavior and thus promote cardiovascular fitness and other health benefits. Examples of aerobic activities are weight-bearing exercises like jumping rope, cycling, swimming, running, playing football, basketball, or volleyball. Next, the second one is anaerobic. Anaerobic, these are high intensity physical activity that is done in a short duration of time requiring high energy. Anaerobic exercises are strength-based activities in the absence of oxygen. Examples of these activities are sprinting, swimming, or cycling. Requires maximal performance during the brief period. Next is lifestyle, physical activities which have been a part of our daily routine. For example, walking, climbing stairs, sweeping or you know cleaning the house, which is usually light to moderate in intensity. Fourth one, physical activity play, an intense play activity that requires substantial energy expenditure. For examples are playing tag or jumping rope. The fifth one, play. Simple and self-reflected activities with with flexible rules for the purpose of enjoyment. And the last one is sports. A physical activity requiring skill and physical prowess that is governed by a set of rules and regulation that is often done in competition. There are two categories of sports. We have individual sports individual, dual sports, and team sports. And keeping your body physically active can help improve overall disposition, increase the release of endorphins, and offer meditation-like qualities. Exercise can also reduce the fight or flight response often triggered by stress. For your activities, I want you to do activity number 1. No need to do activity number 2 and 3. Now, no quiz for this week. Just prepare for a 20-item quiz next week about our lesson for this week and our lesson for next week. Basically, lesson 1 and lesson 2. Now, worksheet number 1 or activity number 1 will be submitted in a PDF file. File name is last name underscore P1 underscore week 1 underscore second Q. Deadline of submission is on Saturday, January 16, 2021, 4 p.m. Feel free to message me if you have any questions. Now, yeah, that ends our lesson for this week. Thank you for listening. Goodbye. Thank you and stay safe.